Spirit Podcast. It's your boy Ralph, aka The One, aka Himothy, aka Mr. Do This Shit. Today, I'm going to get on the NFL. I'm going to bring you a new segment called SteelTalk. And the reason I call it SteelTalk, well, as you can tell, you see what I'm on. I'm on the Steelers. Now, I'm going to talk about different subjects until the end of hell. I'm still going to talk sports on this segment. I came up with this because I feel like I need different segments on my podcast. So today, this is what we talk about: sports. Steel talk. Welcome. So today, I want to talk about a couple of things. Let's start off with my team. We are 3-1. Now, if you look at our division, here it is. You tell me what's going on. Because first of all, let's get down to our team. Are we a great team? No. But are we a winning team? Yes. Now, I would say this. I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT right now. I'm not saying he's terrible. What I'm saying is that offense that we have, as you can tell, here's our numbers. We have to do better. This is embarrassing. Because I'm telling you, we be going 3 and out, first of all. Second of all, our run game ain't that good. Now, I would say 2 Sundays ago when we faced was it New England? Yes, New England. When we faced Drake May, I think that's his name, off of their quarterback. Well, I know his name, Drake. Anyways, we got too comfortable. We got way too comfortable. No, I lied. It wasn't Drake May. It was the Vikings. We almost lost to them. Sorry about that. I need to do my studies better and focus. Because I done watched every game. When we was beating the Vikings, we was putting it down to them. You know what I'm saying? We was giving them that work. But here's the catch. We got too comfortable. If you pay attention to the whole game, I will give my props to DK, Aaron Rodgers, Gainwell, and the defense. Those are the main keys that stepped up in that game. And I'll say that because Gainwell, as you can tell, Gainwell had almost, if not 100 yards, or almost, and that's doing better than our first string. Jalen, you know what I'm saying? So, my thing is this. Jalen is great, but Gainwell is underestimated, and he got a point to prove. You feel what I'm saying? So, what I'm saying is, overall, I would start Gainwell, and also, I would keep doing what we did last week with the offense. This the thing. We have to get them passes out to DK, because we facing the Browns this week. No shit or shade to the Browns, but I'm not gonna sleep on the Browns either, because even though they're 1-4, they done beat Green Bay, and that's saying a lot. But also they done took some ass whoopings too. So for me, I think my team just need to get that offense together, and we gotta play a complete game. Y'all tell me what y'all feel, if you a Steelers or if you a hater of the Steelers. What do y'all think? How we doing? On a scale of 1 to 10, I think we at a 6 right now. And just to be 3-1, that's saying a lot. Especially hearing all the rumors. Oh, the Steelers are going to be 9-8 or 8-9, or they're going to have a losing season. Oh, Aaron Rodgers is old. Oh, they got the oldest team in the league. Oh, they the nursing home, or they the retirement home. Shit of that nature. Me, I don't care about none of that. I just care about the fact that we winning. Now, we can't keep scraping by, because as you can tell, with Philly, as they got their ass beat, here was their last score. Now, I'm not talking shit about Philly, but they did get beat, and that was a rival. but they kept scraping by. You can't scrape by, and then when you get a team that, okay, we see the chinks in your armor. All I'm saying is this. We as people, we as fans and people, we see that. We see that. Boom. Okay, Philly thought, oh, I'm going to sleep on New York. Man, New York bust them motherfuckers in the damn mouth. They came out there and they did what the hell they did. And what they supposed to do. It don't matter if it was at New York or at Philly. But I know Philly going to probably tie it up. I'm not going to say, because they still in good shape. 4-2 ain't bad. Most teams is less than that. Now, my thing is this. Can Philly finish out strong? Can New York finish out strong? Now I'm gonna say this about New York because I feel like they a sleeper team because they record. I'm gonna say this: when they switched up from Russell to what's that quarterback name? I forget his name. Y'all give me his name. But when they switched up, oh my God, Dart, that's his name. I couldn't think of his name right off gate. But here's the thing. With him, he going ham. He 2-1. You better check out that boy. That boy been throwing, at least 150 plus yards every game. I think he threw under 150 one time. And he was killing New York. And guess who was running on them? They running back. He had 98 yards and 3 TDs. Now that team I ain't saying they the team to beat, but I'm saying they don't sleep on New York. Now, I'm going to say this to end that conversation. I still think Philly going to come out. Now, let's switch over to the whole NFL and get off other team, the Philly and stuff like that, and the Steelers. I got a little bit of notes that I've been watching. I want to see what y'all think about these. Now, we're going to talk about teams that fell off. Tell me if I'm wrong and tell me what other teams that y'all think that fell off. Because in my eyes, these teams just, I think some of them might still make it, but they got to get on the hot streak. Here we go. We're going to start off with the 3-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, Mahomes. And the legendary Travis, tight end they got, Travis Kelce. I'm going to tell you this about Travis Kelce. Ever since he lost that black woman, man, that team just been trash. They ain't did shit since she left him. I mean, am I lying or am I telling the truth? Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl. Don't get the game twisted. But they're 2-3. I haven't seen them do this trash in years. 2-3? They fell off majorly. Usually, Pat Mahomes 4-1 or 5-0 or I don't know. He ain't never been this low. And then the thing, this Sunday coming up, they got another game with the Lions. The Lions ain't nothing to play with, even though they got their head busted week 1. But that's okay. Week 1, I think week 1 through week 1 to week 4, I say, you gotta figure it out. But 5 to 8, that's when okay, this is who we are. And then after 8 is going to figure out where everybody going after week 8 because that's halfway gone. So, with the Chiefs, will they make it? Y'all tell me. This the remaining schedule right here. Y'all tell me. I feel like this going to be the year they don't make it. This is my personal opinion. Because even though they 2-3, they still can get on the hot streak, but they still got all these teams right here to beat. And these are not nobody just to sleep on. But it is Pat Mahomes, and shit, he need to pay them refs a little more. I'm just saying. That's what I feel. Okay. But I think, this is my opinion, if they make it, they either going to go 10, I feel like 9-8 or 10-7. That's my personal opinion. What do y'all think? Here's another team that fell off. The Ravens. And I'm a Steelers through and through, and I hate everything about the Ravens. But when you have to give props when props is due. Ravens, they're 1-4. In my history of living, I never seen the Ravens this terrible. They can't run the ball, and they have one of the top 5 or top 10, top 5 running backs in the league. And he's not doing squat. He's not doing nothing. Like, here's the thing. If you this damn big and you not at least giving me 60 plus yards a game, nah. Look at his stats right here. This is his stats. That's crazy in the last 5 games. And they telling me, and I even seen the thing where they said Derrick Henry is better than Jerome Bettis. Man, Jerome Bettis would have been busting ass, regardless of what the Steelers do. Y'all better check that man out. I'm just saying, don't try to come for my man. I seen that. I seen it on YouTube, and I've been hearing about it. But here's the thing: I'm a hater of the Ravens, and I'm glad. I'm happy, but I'm not happy. I'm happy because, well, hell, Lamar's out. I know y'all gonna say, well, Lamar's out. Here's my thing: Lamar might be out, but guess what? They was 1-4. 1-3 before he left. Just saying. And I know they had hard teams, and we gonna face the same teams they face. And hopefully, out of those teams, we bust their ass. But here's my thing with Lamar. He runs the ball more than the running back. That's a terrible thing. And I'm a pit hater, but I always said Lamar was never gonna get a ring. After he done been in it, I said that after 2-3 years, I said he ain't gonna get a ring, because if you look at Lamar and go back and look at this playoff Lamar, it's terrible. Yeah, he bust our ass when he beat us in the playoffs. I admit that, but he can't get past these teams: Chiefs, Lions, and Bills. Them three always have his number. Always. It never fails. It don't matter how they doing, and Chiefs could be 0-5, and their next game is Lamar and them, and Lamar and them could be 5-0, and that one loss and that one win for the Chiefs, and one win for the and one loss for the Ravens. That'll be it. They always beat them, no matter how it is. They fell out. Do I think they going somewhere? Well, here's the remainder of the schedule for them. For me, I think just like Pat Mahomes now, they're going to have to really get on the hot streak, because if they don't win this Sunday versus the Rams, they're going to be in trouble. And Lamar not going to be there. And that's the thing. The quarterback shouldn't just be the only one responsible for the whole team. Here's the catch. Last week, the Texans, it's the score right here. They put up 44 points, right? And then they blame, Lamar's not there. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if he's there or not. Here's the catch. Y'all as football people, remember this. Lamar don't play, he don't play defense. He don't play defense at all. That's all I'm saying. But if they go 1-5, man, you can call it a wrap, because it's hard to come out of that. They gonna have to get hot. I mean, they gonna have to get so hot that the last games they win, they gonna have to like be set on fire. To me, is they going somewhere? Nah, not this year. 1-5. If they come back from that, they gonna win the division. That's my word. Now, I still think we gonna win that division because I don't. For instance, this is why I think why we gonna win it. One, Lamar's out right now, and they about to be 1-5, but they could go 2-4. If they go 2-4, they might got a little chance, but you still got to get on a hot streak. Also, if you look at the Bengals, they're 2-3. They not gonna really make no noise either, because they lost. I think they did, if I'm not mistaken, get Joe Flacco. But here's the thing. I feel like Joe Flacco's still not gonna make no noise. He didn't make no noise at the Browns. Why do you think the Ravens got rid of him? I'm just saying. But I just feel like even with Joe Burrow, they gonna get some wins, but nah, I don't see them getting no. They always been a toss-up team. They never been like too suck or too good. They just been mid. Like, oh well, they alright. You know what I'm saying? They always been a mid team. They ain't been that team in a long time. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see. I think they not gonna do nothing. Am I sleeping on the Browns? No, but we got them this Sunday, and like I said, the Browns gonna be at the bottom like usually. I'd say start Shador, see what he got. Why not? Just saying. But I think it's gonna go like this. I think it's gonna be us, Bengals, and Ravens and Browns. That's what I think in that order. That's just me. All right, let's move on from the Ravens and the Chiefs. They really disappointed me this year, and I hope one of them step up and do better. But I feel like if anybody gonna do better, it's gonna be the Chiefs. So we gonna see. Out of the Ravens or the Chiefs, we gonna see. Here's another team, and now and I know y'all gonna say, well, this team is still got potential. For me, they fell off. I'm gonna tell you why. The Packers. The reason why, even though they 2-1-1, I'm saying that because they usually don't be this trash. They lost to the Bengals. They tied with the Cowboys. To me, that's trash. I know it's still young in the season, and I'm going to come back during the half of the season. I'm going to be coming back to talk about my boys and who, you know, and I just feel like, excuse me, Packers. I feel like they was making noise in the beginning, but they like a team, and I know it ain't half of the season yet. We gonna see how we doing and how everybody else doing, but I just feel like they could do better. The way they playing, they don't got no defense. Just like these teams right here, Chiefs, Ravens, Packers, Cowboys. They don't have a stitch of defense. If you look at how they playing, man, you can cancel that. You can cancel that. You got to have a quarterback playing with them. They don't got not a stitch of defense. Not to me, even though the stats might say different, but what I'm seeing, nah. Packers, I think they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to make too much noise. And I could be wrong. But I'm going to come back during the half of the season and talk that shit. You know how I do. But, yeah, they just another team who fell off to me. Usually they be doing better than what they doing. But it's only what, week? I think we in week 6, yeah. So, yeah. Vikings. Now, this is my personal opinion. I know they 3-2, but I just feel like the Vikings should be doing better. If you look at their games and their stats, it don't match up how it was last year. Maybe I'm being a hater, maybe I'm not. Even though we did beat them, I just feel like they should be doing better. And I feel like I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't. I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I just feel like they should be throwing the ball and running the ball better to me. And I know y'all gonna say, well, have you seen their stats? Yes, I look at their stats. I have. But I just feel like they're another team who fell off, to me. That's just my personal opinion. Because I feel like they can do better. That's my personal opinion. Saints, I don't even know. Yeah, I just feel like, hell, they worse than Carolina. Drew Brees, you need to get out of retirement. If that team gonna be something, you need to come out of retirement. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. 1-4, I think they gonna lose again. 1-5, they in trouble, big trouble. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna move on because I feel like the Saints can do better. Now, and I know these teams been coming up, but I feel like these teams done vamped up, like really got up. These, to me, is the come-up teams right now. Number one. The number one team that came up, and tell me if I'm wrong, and this is surprising, they are 4-1. The Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm sitting up here like, wait a minute, something ain't right. Usually it's the opposite, 1-4. That boy Trevor busting ass. And if I'm not mistaken, they number one in their conference. I think. Let me see. Here go the conference. Yeah. Or they tied. But here's the thing. The be 4-1. I might have said 1-4. I meant to say that. Well, 4-1. They 4-1. That's a surprise. And they got Seahawks this week. Man, that's tough. That's tough. That's a good game. I got Seahawks beating them, but Trevor and them, they on fire right now. That team right there came up. They beat the and here go teams that they beat. They beat 49ers. They beat the Chiefs. I think it was the Bengals. It was another team, I forgot who they beat. But they beat people that actually, and they lost. Don't get the game twisted. They lost, and they beat the Panthers. But they also coming up. They making noise. They actually throwing that ball. They actually running it, and they actually putting up points. For me, who did they lose to? I think they lost to a rinky-dink team. Either way, a loss is a loss. But 4-1, man, they looking good. I hope this same energy is still here when I come back in the half of the season. Now I'm gonna keep coming back with this talk. I'm gonna come back. Let's see. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back and with the SteelTalk. Let's see. What's this week? 6. Give me 2 weeks. I'm gonna come back in the second half of the week. I'm gonna see where everybody at. I'm gonna come back with this talk in 2 weeks, cause it'll be week 8. I'm gonna see where everybody at. That week 8 and above is showing who is who. I'm gonna come back after week 8, so basically 3 weeks. So week 9, I'm gonna talk some shit and say, damn, either we gonna be doing good or we gonna be doing bad. For me, I think we're gonna be doing good because the next 3 games, I think we can beat them. I think we will be 5-1, either 5-1 or 4-2, one of those. No, wasn't that? No, I said 3 games, didn't I? Yeah. So boy, y'all got me on here doing math. I'm tripping. Either 6-1 or 5-2. That's what I'm gonna say the Steelers gonna be when I come back on here in 3 weeks. Week 9, I'll be back. Okay, another team that's coming up, Commanders. I know y'all gonna be like, they 3-2 right now. Yes, indeed. But I feel like the Commanders, if you go back to years before they quarterback now, Jaden, man, they did get their ass spanked. But the Commanders haven't been making no noise in a long time. They was in the what? They was in the conference finals. They was almost to the playoffs. They was in the playoff game. They was almost to the Super Bowl, man. If they would have beat the Eagles, they would have been in the Super Bowl. I'm proud of that team. They did numbers, and they doing it this year. Even though their quarterback was out, they still 3-2. But that team is coming up. That team coming up, and it's still going up. And I like that team. I'm still doing through, but I gotta give props on props too. They came up. And I feel like they're going to be playoff contenders to me. The only team I think they got to worry about is really over there, really their whole division, because I don't sleep. Even though I'm a super hater of the Cowboys, I wouldn't sleep on them because they can put numbers up. Who else? I wouldn't sleep on nobody in our division because Philly still got it, even though because they still the champs. So you can't sleep. When they get their motor running. Philly gonna be a force to be reckoned with. So, yeah, you want to lose in the beginning, or really you don't want to lose in the beginning. But if you do lose, that's when you want to lose because then you can get back on track during the rest of the season. But I say come in there and really have momentum and doing your thing. But like I said, I'm gonna come back week 9 before the games start, and I'm gonna give y'all some stats and see who I think gonna go to the playoffs. Cause week 8 and 9 gonna show, okay, boom. That and more forward, those are the weeks that's gonna show, boom, who is who and what is what. So I'm gonna come back and see if we 5-2. Hell, we could be worse than that, but I don't think we're gonna be worse than that. I think we be gonna be 5-2. Or, like I said, 6-1, still nation. Okay, back to who I think coming up. Lions. They did get their head, like I said earlier, they ass busted by the Packers. But ever since they got their ass busted, man, Lions been taking off heads. 4-1. That's love. And I'm saying the Lions coming up because in these Jeff Goff, in these last years, like I say, 2-3 years, somewhere in that area, man, the Lions came up. If you go back and look at the Lions, when you face the Lions, you used to laugh at them and say, that's the Lions. Now, man, they got a great receiver core. They got defense. They got, they just motherfucking busting ass overall. So, one team I wouldn't sleep on is them, the Lions, because they've been busting ass, and they've been giving it to teams. And I think they're going to make the playoffs. Here go another surprising team. The Buccaneers. Oh, my God. Baker Mayfield, y'all better start sleeping on that, man. He's a fucking force to be reckoned with. That whole team is. They done had some good opponents and everything. You know what I'm saying? So, what I'm getting at is, they are 4-1. That's fucking beautiful. Be 4-1, and I think they're gonna win their division. It's gonna be, well, I would say Atlanta, but Atlanta all right, but they a mid team to me. I think they'll win their division, and I know they don't gotta worry about the Saints or the Panthers. So, yeah, I think they'll win that division. But don't sleep on Baker and them. I think they going to the playoffs too. Okay, now this team, I know right now. I know I'm sound crazy, but I feel like they're a come-up team. And I feel like they're going to do something, but they're not going to the playoffs. I feel like they'll have a winning record. I know I sound crazy, but bear with me. I feel like the Bears, they 2-2. I know this sound crazy. I'm saying that because if you look at them, they destroyed the Cowboys. I didn't even think they was going to beat the Cowboys. But they 2-2. I still think they'll end up like 10-7 or 9-8, somewhere in that area. I still think they'll have a winning record, but don't make the playoffs because they'll still lose. They still the Bears, but I feel like they're a come up team. That's just my personal opinion. Y'all tell me who y'all think fell off and who came up. Now I'm about to finish this segment up because I know I've been on here talking y'all ass up. For me, teams that slept on, and I'm going to say this because I love my team. We are the number one slept on team because, like I said earlier, I know people gonna say, well, y'all got a great quarterback. Some say we don't. I say we do. I still think Aaron Rodgers got it in there, and I still think he's doing great. And think about it. Every game he done threw over 100 yards, and he done had TDs, and he only threw one out of what? 4 games he threw 1 interception. No, I lied. 2. He threw 2. That's not bad. But look at all the TDs he got. This is his stats right here. Just saying. Y'all tell me. I feel like the Browns a sleeper team, and I know they suck, but they will bust your ass still. They give you problems. Even they like a gnat. They little, but they irritating. They everywhere. You look around, you trying to swat them and get them away. Then you got to have a strategy to beat them. That's why I think the Browns still a sleeper team. And like I said, they 1-4, but they beat Green Bay, and it's still young in the season. That's why I say you go ahead and get your kinks out in the beginning of the season, but around week 6, 7, and 8, that's when you got to turn that motor on. To me, that's just my personal opinion. In my eyes, the Pats, aka the Patriots. The reason why I say them because look at them. They just beat the Bills. They just bust the Bills' ass. Man, you don't know who gonna win this season. I'm gonna tell y'all who I think in a minute. Who I think is a team to beat. Y'all tell me y'all opinion. The Pats, don't sleep on them. Jaguars, they 4-1, but that could easily click down to anything. I'm gonna see when I come back. I'm gonna see and give y'all the report when I come back in 2 or 3 weeks with this. Jaguars are surprising, but people sleep on them. Oh man, this is Jaguars. We'll beat them because they the Jaguars. You know how they do. Don't sleep on them. They done beat good teams. That's all I'm saying. 4-1. Texans. Though they not having a hot season, but don't look what they just did to the Ravens. 44 points. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. Cardinals. They're a sleeper team because everybody think, oh, well, that's the Cardinals. They ain't got nobody. Man, they'll still bust your ass. Kyle Murray, he'll give it to you. You do the math. He will give it to you and give you problems. You might beat them, but you ain't just going to step on them. They're going to give you issues. You do the math and go watch their last games. Bears. I'm saying the Bears because I know I keep bringing them up, and I brought them up on the come up teams. I feel like they doing better than they was, but don't sleep on Caleb Williams because they still will give you problems. You go look and do the math and see what their science is like because they not gonna just, you know what I'm saying? They not just gonna lay down. They gonna get down for theirs and they gonna fight. But is they gonna make the playoffs? No, but they gonna give you hell. So I feel like don't sleep on that team. And last but not least, Bucks. Even though the Bucks are 4-1, I'm saying that because they'll bust your ass too. Baker Mayfield, he'll shred your defense up, and this man been throwing, I want to say 200 plus yards all year. I'm just saying, I put him on my ticket for 200 or plus yards against just about anybody. Because that man throwing that motherfucker and doing his thing. Just saying. I'm just saying. So those teams I feel like don't sleep on. For me, I'm going to end this segment in a minute. I want to say this. After this year, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell y'all at the end who the team to beat. And y'all give me y'all personal opinion who y'all think who need to be beat. I going to tell y'all this. At the end of this year, I feel like these players need, and tell me who y'all think too. I feel like these players need to get out of the NFL. They're done. They don't got nothing left to prove, or they just can't prove shit. Period. To me, the number one person that need to leave, I'm gonna have to tell y'all this. The number one person that need to leave, if anybody, y'all gonna think, what? He's still young. He still got it. Justin Fields. Justin Fields. He's just here. He's another Mark Sanchez. He's just, they're 0-4. Yeah, they gave us problems in week 1, but you ain't won nothing. You ain't proved nothing. Move on. He either need to be a backup or he need to be out the NFL. Because he's just another Mark Sanchez. Every time you look up, he's fumbling it. He can't get down the field. He can't really do nothing. And he runs. Yeah, Mark Sanchez can't run, but he just passed around the NFL and hoping. It's time to go. I say retire or be a backup. My personal opinion. Then I feel like Mason Rudolph. He's on our backup, but I don't even want him as a backup. He trash at throwing. He can't run. He's just here. I mean, he's trash. Period. I don't have nothing else to say. And if we get in the heat, what, a 9-8? That's still trash to me. That man nowhere near elite, nor is he top 5. Hell, I don't even think he's top 20. And backup or starting. Get rid of him. I don't know why the Steelers hanging on to him. Maybe they got some type of sexual contract, or he got some type of information on him. I don't know. But get rid of him. He needs to retire. He's fucking garbage. Period. Moving on. Dak Prescott. Either get on a different team or retire. Y'all been doing the same old two-step. You can't win no playoffs. Y'all really ain't had good records. Yeah, I know y'all gonna say, what about the time that we had that? Y'all had one good season. First of all, Dak Prescott is pure trash to me. He's not even a top 5, nor is he a top contender in the NFL. That's just my personal opinion. And Jerry Jones, we need to retire too. I feel like he's fucking garbage. Point blank, period. Let's move on. Let's see. He already know that he need to retire. I gotta go with my man Aaron Rodgers. And the reason I'm glad he know, because he don't have nothing left to prove. This is last year. I hope he go out on top. Excuse me. I hope he go out on top with a winning season and beat who he's supposed to beat. And I'm glad that, you know, he ain't one of them quarterbacks who just hanging on in here. And he knows. He got a ring. He done been in the playoffs. He's one of the top quarterbacks of all time. At least he knows he's going to retire. I'm thank God that he's going to retire. And he not going to let it tarnish his legacy. Point blank, period. He with the team he need to be. And I hope he prove all these haters wrong and at least make the playoffs. That's it. That's all. I already said him. Russell Wilson. Reason why I say Russell Wilson, if you look at his last few years at the Seattle, he got him a ring. And I think he 1-1 in the Super Bowl. He got a ring. Retired. He has nothing. You have nothing left to prove. What is that? Let me say focus. Anyway, I feel like Russell just hanging on. And what these teams that's with these teams that had Russell, even when we had him, he wasn't doing magnificent stuff. For me, Russell is just another person that's just hanging around. That's just my personal opinion. Hell, you see New York, he couldn't do it in New York. When they got rid of him, they start coming up. I feel like Russell just hanging on. He one of them quarterbacks that just here. And I feel like he tarnishing his career as in making these the worstest years Russell done had. Even us, when he was with us, he didn't make no noise. He wasn't throwing it. He can't barely run. I mean, nah, Russell need to call it a year. Call it a career. And if you look at his stats, it's time to give it up. It's time to either be a backup or don't be in the NFL. He like a Justin Fields. Well, at least he got some accomplishments. Russell actually got accomplishments and he did numbers and he been in the big one twice. And he got a ring, so I feel as Russell, you good, my boy. In my opinion, you still a legend and you gonna go down in the Hall of Fame. Legendary shit. In the discussion with Russell. Alright, let's see. Y'all not gonna like this. I don't think y'all gonna like the last two, but I just feel like they need to give it up. First of all, Derrick Henry, your days are over. I'm looking at your stats. These are your last 5 game stats right here. He's supposedly the top 5, but I feel like it's time to give it up, my boy. And to go back to Lamar, I don't think he need to retire, but I don't think he'll never win a ring. But you're going to have to get on a team that really can move you, my boy. Because you really ain't even, to me, you might be top 10, but you ain't you're not a good player. Not like you used to be when you first came on the Ravens and in your Tennessee days. Maybe they need a new offense. I don't know. Y'all tell me about Derrick Henry. What's going on with him? Because I put him on my parlay. I'm thinking, hell, it's the Browns. He's going to get off. Nope. I'm thinking it's the Texans. He's going to get off. Nope. He hasn't done nothing. And here's the catch. My man, Henry, he's fumbling more than anybody in the NFL. More than anybody. I said anybody, not running backs, anybody. So you tell me, would you keep him? I feel like it's time to hang that up. And last but not least, Julio Jones. Yep. There's another, what, ain't he on the Ravens? Or who he on? Y'all tell me, I forgot who he on, but I was looking at his stats. And he a legendary wide receiver, but sometimes you just gotta let go and let God. And those are my players that I feel like need to retire. Moving on to the last segment, the team to beat. Y'all tell me who y'all think the team to beat. Even though I'm a Steelers fan, I gotta go with the Colts. The Colts are what? The Colts are doing numbers. If you look at every team, they did get beat once, but they still putting up the numbers. And I feel like they just a complete team. Defense and offense. That's just my personal opinion. But y'all give me y'all opinions on what y'all feel as is the team to beat. The Colts, I think they'll make the playoffs and make some noise. Alright, y'all. That is my sports analysis and my sports report. Thank y'all for tuning in to Rich Spirit Podcast, and that is the end of SteelTalk. I will be back in week 8 or 9. So y'all look for me to come back and give y'all reports and my thoughts. Y'all comment, like, and subscribe, and share this. And tell me y'all team, and tell me who y'all think gonna make the playoffs and who look good. And tell me about your team and what's your favorite team. And hell, if you got an opinion about the Steelers, tell me about them. All right, y'all keep thriving and vibing, moving and grooving, baby. Peace and light. I'm a holla.